Uh, yeah, nice. So my name is Sylvia, I'm the founder of Fit with Sylvia, and I'm gonna share my story. I'm gonna just so you can understand exactly why I'm doing this, why this became my job, because there's a why. And I think whatever we do in life, like we said as well, the previous presenter as well, there's a why, and we need to know why we do the things and enjoy, right? So that's why I want to share my story, and hopefully some of you as well feel related somehow. And then also tips as well on how to let's say to handle this COVID situation better. And as well, I'm sure here there are many young workers, also students. So yeah, hopefully all we can learn from each other. And also as well, feel free to stop me at any time, ask questions, we can interact as well, because the idea is to create a dynamic talk and presentation. Yeah. So yeah, so my name is Sylvia, I'm a founder of Fit with Sylvia, which is it's like a story, no, about basically it was created based on how, like, all my stories that I'm going to explain now. So I'm a fitness coach and also a fitness instructor. I'm also a nutrition advisor and recipe creator. So I'm now in the process of writing a book, and I also have clients as a fitness coach and also nutrition advisor. Then also well-being, I write for different magazines in Ireland. I'm public speaker, like I'm doing today, and then I'm also a dancer and choreographer. So these are 4 areas, my 4 main areas that I'm going to explain now and why I'm doing this. So this is what I'm going to talk about, all about my story, also about healthy lifestyle and also healthy mindset, because like this topic is more about not just, it's really related to the previous presentation. It's not the same, but it's not just about nutrition or fitness, which are my main areas, but also sleep and also feeling confident and good relationship with others to have a fulfilled life. So we want to talk about all this as well now. So yeah, here I try to summarize exactly my past, let's say, my story, so you can really understand everything. So first, I suppose maybe some of you, like you are in that position now, studying in the university. So first, at the age of 17, I started modeling, and I was working as a professional model. And at the same time, I was working, well, I was studying in the university. I studied business management, and I was always very perfectionist. I always wanted to be the best, very competitive as well. So before this as well, I was swimming, competing, not a really high level, but my personality was always this type of, no, very competitive, perfectionist. So when I was in university, I wanted to be the best, in modeling the same. So at some point when I was 17, the only thing you can control is your body and your food. There's nothing else you can control, nothing much. My mind started going crazy with food, and yeah, and I had anorexia at the age of 17, 18, and I was very obsessive with food, especially because of modeling. And it was not because nobody told me, okay, you need to lose weight or whatever. I was always very slim, but your mind just can go crazy, especially at that age. So I was 3.5 years in therapy with psychologists, psychiatrists, in group sessions, individual, every single day. So in the university, I had to go in the evening. So it was a hard process, and a process that I learned who I am in that process. So the food was just the external part that made me realize, okay, there was something wrong with me. In the case that my personality was really, I wanted to be the best, really perfectionist, really obsessive with things. So at the end, my mind, I just lost my mind basically. And I was just thinking about the food every single second, all the time. And so that's when I really needed help. And after the years, 3.5 years of help, also my parents, my boyfriend at the time, they were helping me a lot. And people with this problem at the end, the doctors really need to delegate all the food and everything in other people, so I was not able to choose what I wanted to eat or even the exercise that I wanted to do, because I have to focus on the real problems. What my low confidence, my low self-esteem, why I wanted to be the best all the time, why I'm so competitive, because I wanted to all the time keep the 90, 60, 90, you know, measures for modeling. And if I have 89, I was suffering and I have to do something to get 90. So it's all the time this constant looking for perfectionist that doesn't even exist. But this is what brought me to this eating disorder. So during the therapy, what I learned is to know that, like, to know myself basically, and know as well that everything was affecting me from people, what they were telling me, wanted to be the best. It's just in your mind, like you will never be the best in anything. There will always be someone better or worse or different. And yeah, so this is what brought me here. And after 3 years and a half was really, really hard. I really learned who I am, basically what I like, to say no, to be assertive, and to really know myself. To be honest, before I didn't know who I was just doing what others were doing, or I never had an opinion. And of course, all these things create a really low confidence, and at the end, a mental illness, which in my case was an eating disorder. So I'm trying to summarize quick, but it was a long process, hard process that really made me the person who I am now. So when I finally recover physically and also mentally, because also as well, something that I want to emphasize, like anorexia is not just someone who suddenly is very slim. That's not the reality. Like anorexia, anyone can have this kind of eating disorder, even being obese, but it's not visual, right? Like it's not really visual, or overeating more, or bulimia. It's just that you treat, like, the food is the consequences, or something here that you really need to fix and discover yourself. So this is anorexia in my case. It's not because I wanted to be super slim, whatever. I was anyway, and I was almost dead, basically, because I was already slim enough and I lost a lot. So yeah, and then in the university as well, I was studying at the same time. It was very hard. I was always the best in the school, in the high school. In the university, I didn't pass 6 out of 12 signatures, so it was hard for me. My mind was not there, and I changed. So I started engineer, and then I changed to business management, and as well made me think, oh, I really wanted to study engineer because it's very nice, sounds very cool. So even my self-esteem was very low at the time. So then I really went to something that I always wanted, business. And then when I finished after 5 years the degree, I moved to Ireland, and I started working in different companies, and one of them was Google. And in Google, I learned a lot. I suppose maybe some of you is like, oh, this could be, it was my dream as well to be in Google. And again, like, although of course I recover, you always have this ambitious personality, and you know, always want more and more and more. So it's good to think about it and just be careful, and that's all. So in Google, I realized that I saw my colleagues as well, when they had the stress, they were eating more or less, or eating junk food, even they're really nice food in Google. But I started seeing things, and I wasn't directly helping people based on my experience. So I was giving them advice about nutrition, about exercise. And I studied nutrition, so I specialize in weight loss, sport nutrition, and personal nutrition, and also as a fitness coach. So I study health science, personal training, and fitness instructor. So when I was in Google is when I really thought, oh my God, I want to do something with this. Like, I like the job here, but I don't feel I'm helping someone. Somehow I'm just one person in this IT company, which was great, and I like it, the atmosphere, people, but not the job by itself. I was in sales, and I was not really happy. So in the evening, I was doing dance classes, fitness classes. It was as a Google to Google, so G2G, for free to the community, to Google. And that's when I really found my passion about dancing as well. I became a dancer, choreographer, and I started teaching dance classes in different gyms. So I started with one, with another, and then is when I really realized, okay, well, I'm studying nutrition and fitness. I'm doing already classes. And at some point in Google, I was like, okay, I need to do something here. I need to change. Like, I really want to help people. And I was not very happy with the role. So I got an opportunity in Accenture for Microsoft, and I started there another role, which was better than the one at Google. I really like it, but it was not exactly what I wanted. So all this time when I was studying, when I was close to finish everything, I quit. I quit in Microsoft, and I started building my business. And I started having as well more classes in different gyms. I started with one client at the time. It was 3 years ago. I did as well my first solo event in 2018. So yeah, 3 years. And I started I risk basically with everything, and I didn't know what to expect, and I always was very, I wanted to control everything. That's why I had the eating disorder. Again, perfectionist, ambitious, everything under control. And here I felt a bit like, oh, okay, I don't know, I feel naked, no? So yeah, I started doing as well, like attending to events myself, also as a public speaker after that. And then I started having more clients as a nutrition advisor and fitness coach. And then as well, some magazines approach me, and I start now at this stage, I'm columnist for some magazines, and then working with different brands as a digital content creator and blogger. At the beginning as well, I didn't really know. I just wanted to have the certifications, which I think is important. And I'm sure most of you are here because you're students and study it's important, and just give you the certification that you need. But you also need that ambitious in a really healthy mindset to keep developing yourself in a personal and professional level. And yeah, and slowly my career changed a lot. And then in 2019, December, so 1.5 years, unfortunately, I had a thyroid cancer operation, and it was a bit shock. So what I had is a nodule, a suspicious nodule, that it was bad at the end. It was cancer, so I have just half of my thyroid, and the thyroid controls your hormones, how tired you feel, basically everything in your body. So a few months, I was a bit down. They have to find my doses as well. So I felt very tired, and as a fitness instructor, feeling very tired, not being able to do the classes that I was doing at that level, like 5-6 classes some days, I was not able. So I felt really, really bad. And that really made me see as well, even my business and my life in general, in different approach, no? That we don't really need to push until the end, or fitness is not just the most important, or nutrition. No? We need to also sleep. We need to feel happy with our people. We need to take time for ourselves. So I just wanted to share here so you can really understand now when we talk about other areas and how we can handle COVID situation, which I suppose affected to all of us in some different ways. And you can understand why, the why of how I think, and also how we're going to discuss how the things. And also, please feel free to stop me at any times if you want to ask anything, because I'm trying to summarize here 30 years of my life in a few minutes. Yeah. So any question? No, all good. Okay. Okay. So yeah, here. Okay, I go down. Okay, so yeah, after that as well, like this was not suddenly, okay, I'm just here in the magazine. So this took a while, and also sharing my story. It took me also a while to share my story, by the way. Like I was a bit afraid 3 years ago when a magazine after the event, wanted to do an interview. They really asked me, it's like, well, you mentioned something about an eating disorder. And it's like, I was just saying like, okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, well, I had an ED. Like, okay, hopefully nobody understands what is that. Because I was really afraid to share my struggles. And I think it's important in general, not just even with your friends, and to feel more empathic and to feel connected. It's good to share your struggles, because you don't know if maybe the person who is in front of you have the same struggle or different, and by sharing you realize, oh, what is happening to me, it's normal. And usually, especially these days with COVID, it's very common to feel like to have really extreme feelings somehow, and it's good to share them with friends rather than feeling embarrassed because you think you are the only one. So yeah, this is how as well when I do interviews, I'm trying to speak about it because people really feel identified, and I think this can help others. Okay, here as a, well, when I was working as a professional model as well, I have to take a break for when during my therapy. So it was like around, well, 3 years more or less, not modeling, doing nothing, and really recover. So here my point is, sometimes even if you need to really take time for your studies, for example, or be assertive, do it, because it will really help. It really help you to put limits, to be assertive. During this time when I was modeling, I said yes to everything, to all the castings, to all the catwalks, and it's like, well, maybe it's not worth to spend here 2 days, and I'm not studying for my exam. But for me, it was like, whoa, my self-esteem was projected from my body, right? So if someone select me in the casting for Madrid Fashion Week, I was feeling amazing. And these are the things that now as well, with Instagram, especially with young people, it's hard. Some of them hard to see, right? But it's good to really, okay, well, maybe this is not I need now, or this is what I want for my mental health. And I think now young people are more aware about things indirectly, and I think Surabi, for example, is very mature in this way, and all of you, I suppose, as well, detect the things easier, because before, at this time when I was modeling, there was no Instagram, or Instagram was starting. I was 17 and now 13 years. So yeah, I think it was starting, but I didn't have Instagram. I started even 4 years and a half Instagram. So yeah, it was another world. Okay, then yeah, so then as well in the corporate world, so after modeling, when I came to Ireland and worked in Google, really made me realize, and I tell this because I think it's important if you're studying now, or even if you want to change your job, things like that. When I was in Google, I really realized, okay, I'm working with advertisers who want to advertise in Google advertising platforms. And then I realized, well, I feel that what I'm doing, helping them to reach a goal. They have a budget, they want to do a campaign, it's fine, I can help them. But really made me happy is what I'm doing now, working with brands. So rather than behind the scenes, in front of the scene. So trying to promote the brands and trying to apply them on a daily basis. And this as well, all this made me set up as well my fitness and nutrition coaching. It's all about the clients and helping them rather than trying to create a campaign for a brand that is more technical, and for me it was not so valuable. So here is good as well, especially because this is GirlScript, right? So I suppose some of you are very IT mindset, or other maybe more people's person. So, you know, depends what is your, my point here as well, try to choose what is more suitable for you. Others, or where the person side is more involved. So here I suppose everyone is different, and you should choose as well what really make you happy, regardless what others are saying or others' opinions. Okay, the next, so here, yeah, I'm just sharing the things that that I study and made me become a fitness instructor, personal trainer. And it's good always to have all the qualifications. That's why for me studying is so important. I never stopped studying until last year, and I think I will continue since I was 17, 16, since I studied university. So I studied my degree, business management, then I have masters, and then I have a few diplomas in digital marketing, and then I focus totally different in nutrition and fitness as well. And then within fitness as well, all the indoor cycling, rope training, step aerobics, and everything. Because I really think the more things you have, at least in your area, well, I really changed, but the more you have in your area, at least you know what you need to know. So when someone doesn't have a degree and that's something, they can become amazing in that. That's true, but always by having, you cover yourself and also make sure that what you're saying, you know, is true because you study. So I really believe having your certifications is so important for you because you know that what you're saying is true and you are covered as well. So this is as well something to bear in mind. Also here as a nutrition advisor, and I do as well the nutrition and well-being sessions as a health coach. This is something as well that I studied a lot, focus on nutrition, and the things evolve as well to mental health, especially with COVID. People really, they go to the food sometimes to cover their problems, or even just the strange situation that we are living in. Sometimes we just go and, okay, I'm just gonna eat more, and we don't even know, and then suddenly, oh, I gain weight. This is a really common thing that when clients come to me, this is what's happening. This is the most common one. Like, oh my God, I just gained weight. I don't know, I just want to learn how to eat. And it's, yeah, we need to learn about how to eat, but also it's about the well-being, the mental health, and how we adapt to each situation, and what are the habits that we create to overcome that, and not to keep gaining weight, for example, no? Okay, then here as well as a columnist, so I write articles for some magazines, and they are focused on fitness, nutrition, and mental health, and I do a different section in each. And again, although fitness, I think it's important, and nutrition, especially after the operation, it made me realize that sometimes, even if we want to in fitness and want to do something, sometimes we are tired. Sometimes our mind will tell us, no, and nothing is 100%. So training all the time is not even good. Not training well, better train a bit. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. And this is always what I'm trying to promote on my social media channels, and also in the articles that I write as well, that no matter what, unless you need to compete in the Olympics, like these elites these days, we don't need to put too much stress in our body. I really realized after the operation, when I was 3 months without doing anything, and it was very hard for me. But yeah, I have time to think at the same time, you know, and to really see life in a different way, and see other ways that is not just nutrition and fitness. It's also sleep and other things that we will see now. Okay, here more now. As a speaker in different events, I think sometimes we all think we have, I always thought, oh, I'm right. But sometimes it's good to listen to others, and even attending to events. I go to many events just to learn myself, because we always, even no matter how many certifications you have, you can always learn something from someone and get another perspective as well. And that will help you in your life somehow. For this talk, hopefully you get something that you can apply to you in your day-to-day life, and your life can be better. And that's what I do when I go to a talk. I really get, okay, great. I don't try to get everything because it's impossible, but get something that you can apply now and make your life better. And this is what I like about the talks, trying to transmit that to others and also learn from others. So that's why, guys, if you have something to say, whatever, I will be more than happy, because this give us knowledge even to me as well, because we never stop learning, never, no matter even the age. Okay, so yeah, also for the dance classes, something that I really think, like, again, it's not just fitness pure and going to the gym, but also dance. For me, dancing is my passion. And Surabi, right? Surabi has been doing my dance classes, and also ladies, guys and girls, like everyone can join as well. I do them Mondays fitness dance and Wednesdays cardio dance in Zoom 40 minutes. And this for me, it's a way to be happy. And when we finish, well, Surabi can say better. How do you feel after the classes?
I love the music. I love Sylvia's energy. She's just so energetic, she just never gets tired. And I'm like, that's my inspiration. And that's why I invited her for this, because I think that's an example of when you find something which is a purpose, you just never get tired.
Exactly. Nice to hear. So I'm really happy to have you as well. So yeah, with this, it's not just about dancing and doing exercise. For me, when honestly, I love my job and I love helping people, but dance is my real passion. Like dancing is my number one. If I have to choose between writing articles or helping clients one-to-one, I love it. And but dancing is just like I just go there and I'm just in a bubble. And this is what I try to do with my ladies as well, that they finish and they feel great. It's like I just feel great, because this will help you for your mental health. After this, maybe you will stop overeating or having sugar cravings, or maybe you feel even more energetic to do something else, or meeting with someone after, because you feel so high of dancing in a really good way. So for me, this is something that brings my days up. Honestly, Mondays and Wednesdays are my favorite days. So yeah, my point here as well is trying to find something that make you really, really happy. Of course, here is through the serotonin, and it's physical, but you can find maybe just watching, I don't know, your series, one chapter, one episode every day that make you happy, or just going for a walk 20 minutes, or I don't know, see your neighbor's cat, whatever makes you happy. This is important, especially for the COVID situation, to find something, because some days, like I have a really busy schedule. I wake up every day like 6, 7. I have clients really early, in the middle, night as well. I finish at 9, 10. In the middle, I have projects. I have to reply mails, create choreographies, whatever. So I'm all the time working. I realize, and I love so much my job, that I'm all day working. And my time is like, and I eat in 30 minutes instead of in 1 hour, and things like that. So it's good sometimes to do what makes us happy. And if you find a job in a company that make you happy, great. But remember, the days will pass, and every day you need to make a good day. And if you do every day something that make you happy, whatever it is, and take your time for these small things, will change your life. It sounds very general, but it's true. I'm learning even that now myself, to take it easier and take breaks, and don't put all the clients together. Put breaks, have time for lunch, prepare your meal and things like that, because you will feel more relaxed to the next person, or to reply an email, or sometimes maybe you reply an email very quickly, and maybe you make mistakes, or I don't know, maybe it sounds very rude, and you could have thought maybe 5 minutes more, and okay, I could have wrote it in a different way. So these are my tips as well, because when I was studying in the corporate, as well, of course, I was a perfectionist, and would take a lot of time, and at some point you just need to move on and take breaks, rather than being 4 hours trying to write an email, for example. So dedicate one maybe, and take your breaks, which is needed. So be more efficient, basically. And okay, here as well, for the book that I'm writing as well, I started indeed last year when COVID hit us. I was at home and I had my clients, my things, but at that time I was more or less like 50% of my business was local. So I was working 50% of the time in different gyms, always as a freelancer. So I was doing the class and coming back home. So I had time I was really into recipes and everything, and I'm very creative as well. So I start creating recipes, writing down and taking pictures, because I love taking pictures. I take all the pictures in my Instagram and here as well, where my husband is the one, if I'm obviously in the picture, but if not, I'm the one. And I start developing this. So this, for example, helped me as well with COVID a lot, because I express my creativity through this way, rather than shouting at him, for example, or crying, or other this type of feelings that sometimes we have. And again, don't get me wrong, it's normal sometimes to feel down and cry, it's okay, but this happens every day, and we are in a bubble that we don't really get out, or sugar cravings, or
I
overeating.
love the blue one. It's so beautiful. Gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, it took me a while, but it was really nice because my mind was focused on this rather than anything else. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, these things as well, sometimes it's fine to, you know, to find something that evolve, like that make you feel like, okay, well, I'm doing something for me and I love it and it's my passion. And for me, this was not a waste of time, because the first one I thought, oh, I spent hours doing this picture, for example, literally hours, okay, to prepare all of them, to mix the yogurt with the, I don't know, I even use many, surabi, maybe, you know, turmeric. I know my clients from India use turmeric, many to create these colors, okay? So,
Turmeric is really nice, yeah.
yes.
What did you use for the blue one though?
Sorry?
What did you use for the blue one?
The blue one, it was natural, so what I use is just the blueberries, mix them with yogurt.
Mix them with?
With yogurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did it become so light blue?
So?
Light blue? You know, the sky blue one?
Ah, no, the sky. Sorry, I thought you want the
Ah,
one.
no, not
No,
the other
no,
one.
no,
That's
no,
like,
that's spirulina. Spirulina. And
oh, wow.
spirulina and grass powder. This is how
Oh,
the other. I thought you meant blueberries, the top one. Just blueberries yogurt and yeah, a mix of, and it's not chocolate, it's cocoa as well. Because by the way, I haven't talked about it. I think I will say later. But I quit also refined sugar 3 years and a half, and there's a why as well here. So I will explain later as well about it, because nowadays this is a really good topic, because sugar cravings is nowadays in most of the houses it's normal, because we feel more bored, we don't feel that excitement from going out, so we feel like more the sugar. So I'm going to explain my story and how I quit and what do I do now to keep it. Okay, so here these are my not my highlights, but things that I suffer from, and somehow I take them and I make them try to make me stronger myself with these things. So about the thyroid cancer survivor, for me was even bad at some point with the scar. Now, well, it's a bit visual, but it was super bad for me. Even I was going to the classes, I was wearing not a scarf, but always something to cover it, because I didn't want people to ask me or think whatever. So it was a bit bad until I said, okay, you know what? It's my story. I just don't care. I'm gonna live with the scar all my life. So what should I do? I'm not gonna hide it. So this helps as well with body image, because sometimes we just think, people think, oh, because someone is slim, she has no problems, and that's not true. Like, not because someone is slim, it's totally fine with body image and body confidence. That's not true. Okay, so in my case, the scar really affected me, and I really said one day, okay, you know, I just need to move on, and that's all. And this saved my life, so why should I be embarrassed for it, right? Other things as well, I suffer from IBS, and you see this picture, sometimes my belly look like pregnant, because I suffer from irritable bowel syndrome. I don't know if any one of you here suffer from it. It's like you feel by eating some kind of food. Oh, so that would, okay, what is this? um, so yeah, some of you, you know, that might feel bloated and cramp as well by eating some kind of food or stress or whatever. So this is irritable bowel syndrome, and it's very common. It's very common in women, and more in women, but also in men. And by having that, it's something that is not, you can't really treat it, but by eating a really good diet, a really clean eating real food, it might prevent you from feeling swollen. Anyone here who suffer from IBS, I want to share their experience, because usually many people have IBS. Any of you have IBS or something, you want to ask something, or? No? No? Nobody? No, I'm not reading the chat. Surabi, I don't know if you're reading the chat.
yeah, I'll just read out the chat. Some people are asking what is IBS. IBS is irritating bowel syndrome. So it's like you feel bloated and stuff, and you feel like you're not able to digest properly, I guess.
Exactly.
My mom faces that actually. My mom has that, and she
And
just developed it after my sister was born. I think it's because she eats a lot of spicy food. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's as well a struggle. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so these are this usually depends, like everyone is different. In my case is garlic and onion, everyone is different, but usually this is more due to stress, basically. Okay, so it's good to be calm, meditate, and or do whatever you like. For me, meditation is not a thing, but I know for others it is, or going for a walk, or just take it easier every day. Okay, now here I'm talking about like I quit refined sugar more than 3 years ago, indeed now 3.5, even more than 3.5. And usually this is as well try something that I try to speak about it and promote on my social media channels, on Instagram especially, because sugar, everyone eats sugar because I mean it's delicious, right? And these affect our blood sugar levels, and but we can still feel the sweet in our mouth without putting in risk our blood sugar levels. And this is something that I realized 3.5 years when I decided, because I was eating a lot of chocolates and because I was not gaining weight.
What's happening on the screen? I'm so sorry about that. Let me just see what's happening there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You are the host, right, Surabi?
Yeah.
I think you shall suspend all the participation activities, like for now.
Just a second.
How that happen? Like you know?
It's basically, there's a function for control. Like basically, there's a function to draw on the screen.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Let's see where it is.
I think if you can just stop all the participation activities, I think that will work. You'll be having a shield option on the screen, Sarabi.
Where is the shield option? Oh yeah, security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Shield.
bottom. I think that shall be the bottom-most option where you can suspend all the participant
There's no
activities.
option like that. There's like rename themselves reports. There's no suspend.
Maybe it is only on this slide, and if Sylvia just goes to the next one, it should go.
No, it's supposed to be on the screen actually. Let me just see what's
Oh, okay. I think someone was just marking important things.
No, actually, there's an option to draw on the screen, but I'm not able to see that option.
Check Surabi if maybe you click something because there are these kind of lines to highlight things in presentation, and maybe by mistake is clicked on or something like that.
Let me just.
I have an idea that if you could stop the screen share and just do a reshare again,
Yeah.
I think that might work.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. This is, I mean, technology. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Stop share.
Yeah, we can share again.
Now share. Okay, I don't see now.
I think the person sharing has an option to disable annotations or something, or the host has it. But yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone. Yeah, perfect. It's better, right? The other was distracting. Okay, so now we continue. Okay, perfect. Here. So great. Thank you. I don't know who gave them the advice, the tip, but thank you. It was Tambi? No, I don't know. Anyway, thank you. So yeah, about the sugar. Okay, the sugar here it's important, and it took me a while to realize. So because the fact that I was not gaining weight easily, I was taking advantage indirectly and eating all the chocolates that I wanted, basically. But then at that time, I was I was teaching many fitness classes in different gyms. So imagine one class, then cycle to the other, then another class, and cycle to the other. And with this, with sugar, you don't have energy. You just feel like high, right? Like, okay, you have a lot of energy and then your blood sugar levels go down. The same effect than the cocaine, basically. So at some point you're gonna feel crashed, like no more energy. So I really, well, I didn't really think much about it. I just thought, well, I just want to feel energetic all the time. And this is when I quit refined sugar. And yeah, and since then creating a lot of recipes, and that's why the book that I'm writing is about sugar-free recipes, exactly because of that. So I can give people can find sugar-free recipes, even savory as well, but sweet, really nice, and without putting in risk the blood sugar levels and feeling very tired or really high at some point. I suppose that we should live the whole day energetic and then sleep and energetic, right? Of course, there's up and down. Usually in the morning takes a while to wake up, or maybe in the afternoon after eating. That's true, but usually we should feel energetic the whole day. We sleep well if we eat well. Also, from the eating disorder to lifestyle blogger here, I think sometimes we need to really feel very down in some situations to realize and really give like help someone. Okay, it's not all the time, but sometimes I always say this, like, it's good to have certifications, but if you really struggle with something, you will not just have the certifications, but you will know exactly why, because you were there, because you were so down that you know exactly. So, and I tell this because now I can say, okay, this is my job, this is what I like. But when I was 18, I was so embarrassed of suffering from something that I was not even aware about, that I had something, that how I'm going to talk about it, how I'm going to help others. It was not. So now is the time. Now is the time when I really figure it out, what I really want and what makes me happy. So for me here, healthy lifestyle, like again, nutrition is super important, and fitness, and they're the two pillars for me. And be healthy and be fit, but there are more. Okay, this needs to be. This is like brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth every day, right? Okay, so doing exercise or being active somehow, that's fitness as well, needs to be in your day-to-day life. Also nutrition, you need to eat every day, right? So why not to eat well? So this needs to be. And be healthy, it's something as well that I want to clarify, because many people think, oh, I don't know, you eat salads, you eat healthy. Healthy is everything in moderation. Of course, bearing in mind if you are vegan or vegetarian or intolerance or allergies, of course. And then in terms of fitness, for me, and that's why I created as well my business Fit with Sylvia. To be fit, it's one of the most important things, because people think as well to be fit is, okay, I'm gonna ask you this. What do you think is to be fit for you? Some of you can ask. There's like, don't worry, just express, because we'll show exactly what we think about to be fit.
To be healthy.
Okay, nice, Ravi. Who else? I want to hear more. So we're going to see, what is to be fit? Just say something. I don't even know who is saying, so just say something.
Be able to do what you want without your body limiting you in any.
Okay, I like that one. Yeah. Okay, what else? More. Two more, and I stop.
To be happy.
To be happy? Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, if you're fit, you feel happy as well. Okay, and one more.
To show off sometimes.
Sorry?
To show off sometimes.
I don't.
Hello.
That to show off some things.
Okay, perfect. So we have 4 answers. Okay, so be fit, and this is why I chose my name, okay, Fit with Sylvia. So people, when they see a body, they say, whoa, you are fit, right? But that's not, like, that's to be in shape, physically in shape, right? But to be fit is much more than that. To be fit is capable to do an activity, of course, be happy and be healthy, Surabi, and everything, right? But the meaning is to do an activity without getting tired. That's to be fit. And that's, for me, is important. That's why it's Fit with Sylvia, because for me, the most important is like my clients feel energetic, they do an activity without getting tired, and all that involves nutrition, fitness, sleep, and also, you know, relationships and having time for yourself. And this is to be fit, to be capable to do an activity without getting tired, which is much more of how you look. How you look is the consequence, and it's a totally second option. Okay, so really like your answers and that you risk as well. So here I show as well like all the other things. Okay, healthy style, of course, these are the main pillars, but sleep is important. If you don't sleep well, you're gonna craft sugar, possibly, because you have a lack of energy, so you want the energy super quick, which is sugar. The same with exercise, you will not be able to do exercise because you are tired. So this is super important. And I remember in the university I was going to exams, I remember without sleeping. Oh my god, I don't know if some of you did this before, but directly, because I was so perfectionist, and again, put it, you know, I knew and I was aware, but still trying to know all the subjects perfect, like, oh my god, you know, everything that is like, okay, I'm not gonna sleep because I need hours to keep studying and studying. It's like, you need to sleep because then it's not gonna be good. So hopefully you don't do that. And okay, so here, not just sleep, fitness and nutrition, but also here, like I said, is be assertive. Just think how many times you have said no to someone. I used to say please to everyone all the time. Okay, yes, and it's like, what about me? So you need to think about you, a better approach to think about you, time for you. This is very important. And I think nowadays we're talking more about this, about time for us, rather than before, I think, and on Instagram. So sometimes there are bad things on Instagram, like comparison and things, but I think it's all in our mind. Like if we really take the good things from everywhere we see, I think we can live better. And I think this is something that on Instagram as well, people speak more about being more assertive, put limits, say no to things, and taking care about your mental health and create more a healthy mindset, which is this. Okay, the previous one was like healthy lifestyle, and healthy mindset is much more than fitness and nutrition. So yeah, be assertive, be empathic with others. Okay, also sleep, be open to learn. This is as well super important. So it's not just I think I learned that since I moved to Ireland. I'm from Madrid, from Spain, and I was always thinking, whoa, my food is amazing, you know, and the beaches in my country, in Madrid, my neighborhood. But then you move to Dublin and you really see the things different as well. It's like, oh, well, here people drink more and here the beer is a thing. Or, you know, meeting for a coffee quick is something, there is more the tapas and with the olives. You know, it's totally different. And I think when you travel, you learn others, you really change your mind and you are more open to other things. You realize that your things are not the normal things or the best things. You learn from others. You know, when I was in India, for example, I went for more than 1 month for my best friend's wedding. She was working with me in Google and she was also my client in my dance classes. And I learned a lot, like in terms of food, or if you travel to other countries. I think when we travel, if we can soon, we really learn, open our mind and make us more, you know, make us different, make us a healthy mindset. I think this is super important. And also be ready to fail, okay? Especially if you start your first job. Okay, you're afraid if the boss is going to tell you something, but remember, you need to really fail. So the manager can tell you something. So the next time, in the next job, or even the next week with the same boss, you do things well. Like, we are not born knowing everything. We need to make mistakes. And this is how we learn as well. I felt very bad when I changed my study from engineer to business management, and then from the corporate to creating my business. I thought, and I was like 3 years, so I was like 27 and 28, and I felt like, oh my god, I'm just changing this at this, I'm just so late. And it's like, no, like life is that, it's change. Like, you need to change and you learn who you are even more each year. Okay, so here this is more like an exercise, and then I'm gonna give as well the result and tips, let's say. So how COVID affect us here, because in this international conference as well, the topic obviously is how we manage, whatever it is, the topic with COVID situation. So the struggles that we have, and these are the struggles more that I see from people on Instagram, also that I see from my clients, and how if this happened to you, and also how you solve. And then I'm going to give some type, it's not the solution because everyone is different, but some type of some tips basically. So for example, motivation to exercise, it's something super normal, and that's why the clients come, right? And like, why I can't, or not just that, or the fact that suddenly they realize they want to learn the technique about exercises because there's no gym, and usually in the gyms they don't explain you in a class because there's no time to explain the technique, right? So struggles with motivation. I want to hear just one person here, okay, what to do with exercise. Like for example, if you struggled before and now what did you do to change? Well, Surabi did my classes, of course. Apart from that, any other any other person who wants to share how you felt motivated to exercise, because this would be important and essential for all of us. Nobody trying here?
I think Tanvi can answer that.
Sorry?
I think Tanvi can answer that.
Okay, so we go to the next one. Okay, we're gonna say in that case all of them, and then I show you all of them. Okay, so for the nutrition, all over the place. Sometimes if we're at home studying, working, sometimes we eat because we are born, and I suppose this is something normal. Losing the social perspective maybe, and again, this is not for everyone. Okay, these are just things that I know from my clients or from people that I know, and they tell me. Negative thoughts, underestimate yourself, comparison, expressing all emotions with the ones you live with, sometimes shouting or feeling alone as well, feeling lonely, worried about families because maybe they're in different countries and you don't know what is happening with the virus, for example, or just you are not there with them. Lack of concentration, starting working, and worried about job finance. So anything that anyone wants to share and how overcame through these situations? I'm going to give the answer anyway, or at least tips.
I would say that I had problems. I mean, I was having some issues with my skin, and I was actually feeling stressed out over final year, and I was really working hard. And I graduated with the first and everything, but I was really, really stressed out that, there's so much to do, and all the time there's so much to do, and I was not getting any break. So I was getting very anxious about it, but then I made it a point that I will take breaks for walks and I will not get anxious about it. I know that I'm doing good and I know that I will do good. So I just kind of kept being motivated. And then I had an opportunity in which my supervisor asked me to publish a paper. And she said that, like, we can publish your thesis. But at that point, I got this really bad eye allergy. So I told her that you can use my work, but I might not be able to, edit stuff. So my supervisor was really nice and kind, and she helped in getting the paper published. And she was like, it's okay, you've done enough and everything, and you should take some time off. So I took a month off before my job and my college. So that's how I coped with it.
Oh my God, really nice, Ravi, nice. Okay, so you see as well that, that affected, but indirectly that helped you to realize, hey, I really need to take my time, 1 month, and now I came here stronger, right? So really nice and well done, Ravi, and thanks for sharing as well. Anyone wants to share any other story?
I think I'm sorry, I didn't hear. My mic was on mute when I was asked earlier. I think COVID majorly just impacted. I've been working from home for like last 1.5 years now. Earlier we used to work from home, but it was more of 2 days a week or 3 days a week, not 100% from home. So the most impactful was definitely the overspoke about work-life balance, I think, because initially there's no legislation or there's no rule as such, and when you're assigned a task, you tend to give your best to it, and the next you're working like 10 or 11 hours or even 12 hours at some cases, just to finish that task. And the fact that we are not meeting our colleagues or our manager or something, like you're not even being recognized for the hours you spend because you're all alone in your house, and then that impacts, and then obviously your motivation to have time for yourself or exercise or just to go out also reduces, because you're not allowed to, meet your friends, you're not allowed to talk and everything. So I think mentally it just gets, and if you're living alone especially, so mentally it just gets toxic. But it's been a year now, so we all are learning. So now we all have like fixed schedules for work, for our time, for going out. So we make it a habit to go out, even though like we're not allowed to meet anyone like socially apart, but we'll just go out and play our favorite music or have some time or work out regularly. So that I think helps. But initially it was a task for everyone because it was so new, like just to be sitting alone and working. So
Nice. Thank you. Let me see. What's your name?
Tanvi.
And oh yeah, so now because you are with the camera, I don't see your name. Nice, thank you for sharing. And I think this can help to, I'm suppose, hear people who are in the same situation, right? Like 1.5 years, that at the beginning was more like a shock. Like, what is this? And then it's like, well, I really need to create a better schedule. I really need to stop, because when you work where you eat and where you sleep, it's really hard. It's like, well, if I have something before, I have to stop because I need to leave the office. But now, who is going to tell me anything? Even nobody's going to tell you anything.
Exactly.
You are with yourself. So this is really good point, and that you use as well sometimes, even going for a walk just to disconnect, and that you are, the most important, that you are aware, and then you realize, and then you change, which is very nice. Thank you.
You're accountable for yourself. So
Sorry.
I mean, whatever you said resonated with me, that you are accountable for yourself. So even if you're working alone, you are accountable for work, and your mental health is also your mental health. So
exactly. Also, you feel nice. Your self-esteem, your confidence will grow because you are capable to stop the job, to stop working today, and tomorrow you continue. You feel good because you did something, and you don't need your boss to tell you. Thank you very much. Anyone else who want to say something? More than happy to hear.
I want to tell my story.
Yeah.
I was in engineering. The 4 years are most happiest or more enjoyable days of my life. But it didn't happen because of pandemic. Our friends would not go outside and play. We were used to play cricket daily. We love enjoy spend time with each other. Uh, our morning tea, our class session, workshops, uh, and our events. We used to go to party outside, celebrating birthdays,
Uh-huh.
watching movies together, supporting a team for the match, sitting at the roadside. uh, means and that student teacher conversation, so that we can talk in front and we would release our pressure. Now job skills, we want to prepare for jobs too after engineering.
Okay.
Our daily life, we can't go out. uh, First of all, I was used means weekly or monthly I was uh, doing adventures, but after pandemic I'm at home only, and in our city there is high case, high alert, so that's why I can't go out. This was all about my story.
No, thank you. I really like to hear your stories. I wish I could have asked all of you before. So thank you so much for sharing this here. And anyone else want to share as well? I think it's important because we all learn from each other and how we can even overcome situations in the future. If anyone wants to share, if not, that's okay. I just continue. No? Okay. So now, thank you a lot for this, because this all this explain what I'm showing now here in the slides. Okay, this here. Okay, so it's going again now. Motivation to exercise. Here, these are just my tips for you to, based on what I see. Okay, when I do talks or speak with people. So join classes is fine, even in Zoom, my dance classes, other classes. Maybe you have the chance to do a in-person class. Hire a PT or have a gym buddy, okay? Usually sometimes we don't hire a PT unless, we need to gain or lose weight, and that's good, but also to get the technique, because when I didn't study fitness, fitness nutrition as a fitness coach, I thought I knew everything in fitness, and that's not true. I was making everything, I was making many mistakes, and then I realized. So hire someone who can help you with the technique. That's also good, especially now that with the pandemic. Also have a gym buddy, like Miki said as well, at least someone who you can go for a walk or something. I think this would make this pandemic a bit better. Also for nutrition, set up times, like Mihir said as well, set up time for this, and eat, and keep also, like if you want to improve, of course, have a professional in nutrition. Of course, you can always learn, right? So that's what I do in the session. So I teach people how to eat for life based on your situation, which is nice, because at the end you know what is a normal breakfast for you, what is a lunch, what is the amount, why this with this combined is better for your gut, and things like that. Also negative, social perspective, do the effort to be in touch, even online. Even I know sometimes we are a bit tired of Zoom. I'm doing all the speaking, public speaking here through Zoom, but this is the reality, and at least I feel happy when I connect with people through Zoom, because it's the only way, and I think at least this make you feel more alive. So I think this is important, or Instagram, or speak with your people even online. Also negative thoughts, I put the same, underestimate comparison. Okay, so here the idea, of course, is like to think twice. Okay, I said, well, this person has this and this, but I have this and this. Okay, we always compare because we want, especially competitive, ambitious people, we want this and this and this and that. Like, everyone is different, and you are unique, and your mouth, nobody has it, your hair, nobody has it, your knowledge is the thing that you really have, and your body. Okay, and make sure you, with that, you improve every single day rather than comparing. When you start comparing, move on. I stop this, I close this, I whatever, and you need to really be capable to stop your mind, because these things will come. It's natural, it's human being. Also the emotions when you're alone, speaking about your feelings more. This is something that I always recommend, because otherwise you may be shouting at someone the way, because you feel awful, for example, your flatmates, So try to speak rather than shouting at that person how you feel, so maybe you can really improve as well, your behavior with yourself and with your people around. I think this is important. Also, what Miki said as well, to avoid loneliness, also social interaction, no matter what, if you're going shopping with someone, join a group, whatever. Worry about families is true, but especially if they're in the distance, and especially if we're in another country, we are foreigners, call your people, be present, asking how they are, also expressing about yourself. Okay, communication between both will make you feel really, really good. Also, lack of concentration, like for example Barati did, right? Okay, well, in this case it was not for concentration, it was because you are doing all the time so many things that, okay, when do I stop? I need my month off. So here my idea is like, do every day rather to one day explode, right? Which is good anyway, to take 1 month off. Okay, it's okay, it's absolutely fine, and it's needed sometimes, but every day to do something that make you happy. Every day something, or something that, an activity that you feel like, it's very nice, you feel that. And then worry about jobs, finance, also anticipate and looking for another job. Well, this is just like a really specific example, but sometimes we are worried, are we going to get promoted, or are we going to get hired after 3 months probation? Do what you can control now. What you can't, we'll see. And if you think they might not renew your contract, trying to be proactive, like trying to anticipate to the situations rather than, oops, I'm waiting, oh my God, I'm not hired now, what should I do? Always trying to think forward, yeah, in a really, of course, healthy mindset. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this was everything. So if you have as well any questions, just ask me now. Also, I leave you here my telephone number, my Instagram, that I'm all the time on Instagram giving tips about nutrition, fitness, mental health in general, also dance. It's fit.with.sylvia with Y. In Facebook as well, you can find as well, and also articles that I write for magazines, and this is also my mail, and my website is fitwithsylvia.com with Y, and also I run a free monthly newsletter every month if you subscribe. So if you click to my website, you just subscribe, it will be automatically after scrolling for 5-10 seconds, and you can leave your email and then you will receive the monthly newsletter where I give tips about fitness, nutrition, also new yummy sugar-free recipes as well, and people usually love them. So take advantage of that. And also here, like for everyone who joined today, okay, and this is something that I don't really do, of course, but you got an assessment for everyone who joined the event today. So usually my sessions as a nutritionist and fitness coach and well-being coach, I do this type of, and also I always do an assessment first to ask you about yourself, to know more about you, and so then we can see what is suitable for you, if it's a fitness program or you need more well-being nutrition sessions, and it depends, right? So this assessment, just use it, it's free for you, and you just need to get in touch, send me an email or text me on Instagram, and use it, because hopefully it will help you. And you can ask me as well personal things that maybe here it's not appropriate or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, any questions now? And also, I think I can send you as well, if you want, Surabhi, the presentation, you can send it, or at least my details, the last one or something, so people can have. And yeah, any question?
I have a question actually. You said that you switched from engineering to business management. So how was the switch, and what would you advise other people to do if they would like to switch?
Okay, it was hard because I realized I went for engineering because it sounds really nice, and I always wanted to, like have nice things, to study what sounds, but at that moment I really thought, okay, I'm not enjoying, I was in the class and I was not enjoying programming like Java and Pascal, C++. These things were not my thing. So, but I realized I knew I was good in maths. So all the maths, physics, and all the subjects, I passed them. So it was hard, but I thought, okay, I'm not good because I don't like it, because I don't put any effort at all. So my advice is, if you always want to change, it's first realize, are you good and do you like it? Usually that goes linked. Like if you're good at something, you like it, usually, right? And move on, and don't think you're losing 1 year like I thought, because that made me really progress and doing what really makes me happy, which is business, and doing now my business. And thanks to that, I'm doing it as well, because I learned a lot that I couldn't have learned with that. At least, I was not happy. So yeah, that's my advice. Realize exactly if you're good or not, and also if you like it or not, and say, okay, I have nothing here, so I'm leaving, and it's okay. It's not 1 year lost. It's 1 year that made you realize what you really want. And really good question. It was very indirectly said around there, but yeah, you got it. It was, yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any? I wish I could have this kind of talks when I was, when I was a student and things like that. Before, no many talks, not Zoom things. I think Zoom didn't even exist. Seriously, you're super lucky now with all these technology things. And I speak like if I'm 80 years old. I'm just a few years older, but yeah, no, that's true. So any more questions before we go to dance? No, all good. Okay, guys, so I wait for your email. Hopefully you ask me anything there, okay? And thank you, I see your icons. And yeah, Surabhi, you tell me now, dance or?
I think we can do the dance.
Yeah.
If you're okay with it, yeah. I'll just stop the recording here.